Ayo! Yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, guys? My TTG crew, what's good? How you guys doing today, man? How is everyone doing? Hope you guys all had a nice day. Today was a very inactive day for me. One trade for me today on TCCO, 23% gain, was actually a pretty good profit, but that I made today, and there was between today and yesterday, there's been a drastic shift. There's been a drastic shift in momentum in the small cap sector, and we were all over it. We were all over it. And what I'm going to talk to you guys about here today on this live stream, we're going to cap the TCCO trade. But really the biggest lesson and, educational stuff that I want to talk about today is how to kind of recognize a shift in momentum, especially when it comes to small caps, because small caps, unlike any other market, get hot and cold like that. They get hot and they get cold at the drop of a dime. And there are certain things that you want to look for that can help you determine when the small caps are hot versus when they start to give you any type of follow through and to really start to cool down. And it's got nothing to do with market environment, as everything with trader psychology. Trader psychology is what will move or will heat up or cool off the small cap market. I'm going to explain to you how that works. I'll explain to you how you get the small cap market gives you follow through with a lot of short squeeze action. And then I'll explain to you when the small cap market gives you no follow through, one and done type moves. It has everything to do with trader psychology from two sides of the trade versus your long traders versus your short traders. And that's what we're going to talk about here today, because today pre-market, for those of you that maybe don't know, yesterday, two stocks on the NYSE, ACY and RHE, both of those stocks yesterday went absolutely crazy. I'm talking like 1,000% move, okay, for no reason whatsoever. No press release, no news, no fundamental change or update within the company itself. So the New York Stock Exchange actually halted the two stocks, contacted the company to ask what the hell is going on with their stock. The companies both replied with, "We have no idea what's going on. There has been no new developments with our company. There's no reason for our stock to be doing what it's doing." The companies issued those formal statements. The stocks reopened for trade 50, 60% lower from where they were halted. When you have action like that in the small cap market, it sucks the momentum completely out of the markets. Okay. So then today you had another stock, UUU, which was gapping up, going crazy. Again, similar situation, New York Stock Exchange company, and no reason whatsoever for that type of price action, that type of movement. And I told people today pre-market in chat, in True Trading Group, I told everybody, guys, I'd stay very, 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 very careful with UUU today. I go, this has ACY and RHE written all over it again. I'd say be very careful of a halt by the stock exchange and then another massive gap down. That is exactly what happened today. And I was able to save a lot of our members a lot of money from staying away from that type of trade. But on the other hand, you have a lot of traders out there that got sucked right into that play today, and they got absolutely gutted. I'm going to go over that situation with you. I'm going to go over how that happens, why that happens, how you can stay away from it, and what does this mean now for the small cap market going forward, and how I plan on now profiting from the small cap market with this shift in momentum that I expect there to now be in the small cap market. We saw it today. And then also now means I'll be shifting my focus maybe over to some mid and large cap names, as I expect us to have some increased volatility going into the January 5th Georgia Senate runoffs. My focus is now going to move over to large caps. I've been focused on small caps the last 2 weeks because the action was there. Now I'm going to move over to large caps. I'm explaining to you guys how I'm able to recognize that and why I'm going to be doing that here now going forward. Okay, welcome to the live stream. My name is Michael Edward. I am the head trader at True Trading Group. Began my trading career working for a fund on Wall Street. We managed just under $500 million. Was able to go through an educational training program at that fund before they let me trade with $1 of their money. Went on to receive a Trader of the Year award in 2008, and I have taken that education and I have simplified it to create the TTG curriculum that teaches the everyday person how to become consistently profitable by getting a true professional education. We're streaming live right now on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Welcome all of you joining us across those social media platforms. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. Turn on those notifications. Make sure you guys never miss out on any of these live streams because I'm always giving you guys trade ideas, trade recaps. I'm always giving you guys, educational content and golden nuggets in these lives. So you want to make sure you never miss them. My man, Sean Miller. Hell yeah, bro. 7 green days in a row. My boy, Sean, our one-on-one made the difference. I love you, bud. Sean, music to my ears, man. Sean and I, guys, did a one-on-one mentor session just a couple weeks ago. Sean and I did a one-on-one mentor session, and now 7 green days in a row. I love it, man. Sean, congrats, brother. Keep it up. Keep it up, man. I love it. All right, guys. So welcome to the live. What we're going to do here now, I'm going to start things off with a open floor blanket Q&A while we give some time for people to log on. And then we are going to dive into the TCCO trade, and then I'm going to explain to you guys the market shift in the small caps and how my attention is going to maybe start to drift now over to some large caps over the next week or two, as I expect volatility in the upcoming week with the Georgia runoffs. I think might give us some volatility. So go ahead, guys, fire away, ask me questions. I'm here for you. Nice. Tapwater says he just joined our trial program. Already loving it. I like it. Hope to trade with you full time soon. Yes, Dustin Watson. That is correct. So Dustin Watson says, okay, I have a stop loss position size question. Please tell me if I'm right. I've been working on this all day. So if my risk tolerance is $50 and my stop loss is $2 below my entry price, would my position size be 25 shares? Yes. Yes. Okay. That is how you would maintain that that's how you would maintain that $50 risk. Sloppy Sally says, what is the most important indicator of all? Volume. Trading volume. Some people don't realize this, but volume is a technical indicator, and it is the single most important technical indicator. If somebody was to put a gun to my head and say, Mike, you can only trade with one indicator throughout the day, what would it be? It would be volume. Okay, just straight up hardcore volume. Now, I am a firm believer that I'm not that I'm a firm believer. This is just fact. There is not one indicator out there. Now, I know I just told you volume is the most important, but not one indicator out there that is going to be the end all be all holy grail that's going to always work 100% of the time. The way to properly use technical indicators is to understand how different indicators work in conjunction with one another to give you the best possible setup and to give you confirmation, to give you the highest probability of a certain level holding when you have multiple indicators all giving you the same signal. That is what you will learn as a member of True Trading Group. That is what professional technical analysis looks like. It's understanding how the trade line and VWAP and Fibonacci levels is understanding how all of these things work in conjunction with one another. I will never buy or sell a stock because of one indicator. I will look to see if there's 2, 3, 4 different indicators that are all giving me the exact same sign. And that is what I teach all of our members on how to use those different indicators in conjunction with one another. Stephen Capone says, Mike, do you enter a stop loss right after you buy? I don't enter stop losses. I don't use hard physical stops. I use mental stop losses. However, if you are using hard stop losses and you are not able to stick to your mental stop loss, then yes, you need to enter your stop loss as soon as you enter that trade. Yes. Jeff Aaron, your opinion on the USA cannabis space 2021. I'm very bullish on the US cannabis space in 2021. Curaleaf, Green Thumb, Cresco Labs, TerraSend, TrueLeave are my favorites. Taj says, Mike, can you describe how you identify and draw your daily levels out during pre-market analysis? Sure. You look left. You go to the daily chart or the weekly chart and you look left. You have to identify areas and structure where the price is significant. Okay. That is what you're going to be looking for. So like, I'll just go out to a daily chart. I'll just pull up the chart now just to kind of like as an example. And what I'll do is I'll go to the daily chart and let's use, I don't know, let's use IMMR as an example. So let's say IMMR, right? Let's say IMMR, pre-market, let's say it's gapping up. You're like, all right, Mike, let's find our levels. All right, well, let's find our levels. I pan out, I look all the way back to the left. And the first thing that I notice is heavy resistance here, heavy resistance there, right in front of $12. So you'll see it right here. Okay. So now as I kind of pan this over and I zoom this in, you'll see here in 2018, resistance. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 different occasions. We tried to break through that level. We're unable to do so. So what I'll do now is once I have identified that level, I'll then draw that line during my pre-market analysis and say to myself, okay, if the stock can get through this level, it probably has a chance to make a move because there's no more resistance. Now we'll be up into this gap. Okay, so that's how I would do that. And then as we look at IMMR today, well, wouldn't you know, what a coinky dink. Okay, look at the price action here now intraday. It is not a surprise that the first time the stock got to that price point, it was resistance. Then we broke through it. And once we broke through that level, we pulled back in. And then, well, look at that. It then started to act as an area of support and then gave you a nice little follow through move in the afternoon. So being able to identify this level is crucial. Okay. Now I just pulled up IMMR just as a complete example. I didn't even realize it was going to come out to be this perfect. But that's how you do it. That's how I do it. You go to the daily chart or weekly chart, if you have to go back even further to a weekly chart, and you find levels and areas of significance. Another area of significance that I would say that is here on this IMMR trade would be around this 1070 level. Okay, now 1070, you'll see you had previous resistance here earlier in mid 2020. Then you have resistance here in early 2019. And then you have resistance here in mid 2018. So I would have looked at this chart and said to myself, okay, we've got two levels here. You've got prior resistance at 1070. If the stock's above that level, look for it to be support. And then you have resistance there just under 12, around $11.80. And then look for those to be your levels. And you guys can see that those levels held pretty clear and pretty true for us there today on that IMMR. And that's how I would have been able to identify that level on IMMR there today. Okay. Makes sense? So that's how I go about, doing my pre-market analysis and setting my levels. Hey, Mike, when you first started trading, did you use swing trading as a strategy? Also, what is your strategy and indications, 9, 20, RSI, et cetera, you look for to swing trade and to exit a swing trade? Yeah, I swing traded when I first started. Yeah, I still swing trade now. I just don't swing trade as much. I'm definitely more, definitely a day trader first, but I still do swing trade. I've got an open swing trade right now for the last like 10 days. I do swing trade also, but I'm definitely a day trader first, I would say. What do I use for when I'm swing trading? I use the MACD actually a lot when I'm swing trading. I use the MACD a lot for swing trading. So you look for bullish divergence, bearish divergence, signal line crossovers, zero line crossovers are all different ways to use a MACD indicator on a longer time frame chart. I don't use a MACD intraday, but I do use it when it comes to longer time frame charts. Why don't you use hard stop losses? I know your self-discipline has a lot to do, but what would be the difference? Don't want to be stopped out. Yeah, the reason why I don't use hard stops is because I don't want to put pressure on myself to be perfect with my stop loss. because, you know, sometimes I'll put my stop loss in there and it'll trigger it and the stock will continue higher. I mean, listen, that can happen with mental stop losses also. There's even with my mental stop loss, sometimes I'll get out of a trade and then it'll reverse and it'll continue higher without me. There's no way around that. But I have found that there's less of a likelihood of me getting stopped out prematurely if I don't have a stop loss order that's actually set and I manually exit myself. Because what I like to see is, let's say when you have a support level on a stock, it's not like exact to the price. You're not going to have like, okay, you know, if there's like support at $5, it's not like $4.99 and the support level is broken. Support levels are areas of buying pressure. Okay. So if a stock, let's say there's support at $5, the stock gets down to 496, 495, 494, that doesn't necessarily mean that level's broken. And if you set your stop loss at 497, you're going to get stopped out and the stock might bounce right back to 515. So I like to manually stop out of my positions. I like to see how the stock reacts when it gets into those levels, because if a stock gets down to like 494 and then shoots right back to 520, that held, you know, that support level held. So I'd rather like to kind of wait, give it just a couple of seconds, before I just go ahead there and bang out of the position too quickly. No, Sloppy Sally says, is there a general percentage guidelines loss for stop losses? Down 5%, down 10%, etc. No, that's actually the complete total wrong way to use stop losses. You should never, ever just set your stop loss based on some random arbitrary percentage. I don't ever want to hear someone say, well, I buy a stock and I set my stop loss at 5%. That's a horrible way to use. That's a horrible way to set your stop losses. You're never going to be consistently profitable if you do it that way. Your stop losses need to be set based on the chart pattern that you're trading. Every setup that is causing you to, that is the reason why you're buying a stock. Every one of those setups is going to have a particular level that if that level is broken, the setup that is the reason why you're buying the stock in the first place is going to be no more. It's going to be broken down. So whatever that level is, your stop loss needs to be just beneath that. I don't care if that's 1% from your stop loss from your entry. I don't care if it's 10% from your entry. That's where your stop loss goes. You don't just set an arbitrary percentage, say, okay, well, I'm just, no matter what I'm doing, no matter what I'm buying, my stop loss is 5%. Because a stop loss of 5% on a stock like TCCO, ACY, Kodak, SPI, I'm just thinking of like some of those recent real big runners. A stop loss of 5% on those stocks is the width of a human hair because of how fast those stocks move and how violently those stocks move. You're talking about a stock that will move 400% in a day and your stop loss is going to be 5%. Good luck. You're going to get stopped out every single time. Versus if you're buying a stock like Apple, a stop loss of 5% is completely irresponsible and horrible risk management and terrible trading. Every trade is going to carry different volatility and therefore different risk as far as a percentage. The way that you account for that is by adjusting your position size based on where your stop loss is. So let's say, for example, you only want to risk $100 per trade. If you only want to risk $100 per trade, then your entry versus where your stop loss is, you need to just calculate what's the position size so that you only lose $100. So I don't care if your stop loss happens to be 1 or 2% away or 10% away. Okay. Your position size will change based on your stop loss so that you will only lose $100 every single time that you're wrong on a trade and you're getting stopped out. That's the proper way to use stop losses and position size. SSSS says, Mike, how do you size your positions? Do you take a starter, then see how it goes, then add or average down depending? My advice to you, SSSS, and my advice to all inexperienced, well, I don't know if you're inexperienced, I'm just saying in general, my advice to anyone that is inexperienced or is like a novice trader, never, ever, under any circumstance whatsoever, average down on your positions. Averaging down is something that I don't even do this. I don't even average down a lot. But averaging down is something that I think only experienced traders should do. Inexperienced traders can really get themselves into a lot of trouble from averaging down. Usually when an inexperienced trader usually if you ask an inexperienced trader, what are your worst losses this year? I guarantee you 90% of them involve them averaging down. And the reason why I don't ever recommend inexperienced traders average down is because there's a certain level of risk management that's required when you average down that inexperienced traders typically do not yet have. And there's also a huge difference between averaging down on a setup that is still intact and you can just get a better price while still maintaining same risk. Big difference between that and buying more of a losing trade when you should be exiting. And again, inexperienced traders typically tend to have a harder time making that distinction. So I recommend that no newbies or inexperienced traders ever average down. Now, how do I size into my positions? Most of my positions, I just enter full size when I enter the trade. There are some situations and circumstances where I do enter a tier one. Tier one for me is 25% of my desired size. So if I wanted to buy, let's say a full size position would be 10,000 shares, I'm only going to buy 2,500. That's going to be my tier one. Okay. And then if I get some other piece of information, I get some other form of confirmation based on the setup, then I'll add up to my full size position. Which stocks would I recommend going long on in 2021? I'm actually really bullish on energy in 2021. I have positioned myself strongly in the energy space after the COVID crash. So after the COVID crash, guys, what I did was I went, and the first thing that I did was I attacked and I bought all of the big tech names that I loved the most. So when the markets crashed in 2020, the first stocks that I bought were Apple, Amazon, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, AMD, Nvidia, PayPal, Square, Qualcomm. These are all the companies that I went after first. I'm up triple digits on all of those stocks. They've all rallied more than almost 100% from those March lows. Some several 100% from those March lows. That was the first thing that I did. Then after that, those are the first stocks to recover. Then after that, then what do I start to do? I start to go after some of the more value names that have underperformed as of late that I think are going to do very well as the economy opens back up next year. What does that look like? Airlines and energy stocks. Airlines and energy stocks were the next things that I went after. United Airlines, I own. I think the airlines will recover nicely next year. They're already recovered. I'm up like 90 something percent on my American Airlines position already. I bought American Airlines this year around like 24, 25 bucks. That's at like what, 46, 45, something like that right now. And I think that goes significantly higher as well. And the energy stocks that I bought this year were Chevron, OXY, and OKE. Those are the three energy stocks that I bought this year. I'm up very nicely on all three of those positions already, and I think they're just getting started. I think that we can see oil easily get back over $50 a barrel easily. I expect oil by middle of next year to be in the mid to high 50s, and that should pull the energy stocks up with it. So I actually think that energy stocks are going to do very well next year. There's a lot of hype, obviously, around the electric vehicle stocks, but the reality of it is that we're not switching to electric vehicles overnight. It's going to take several decades to switch to electric vehicles. Oil is still going to be an extremely high in demand commodity, and especially once the economy really opens back up and people get vaccinated and we have herd immunity, you are going to see a spike in economic activity like you have never seen. Okay, people are going to drive everywhere. They're going to fly everywhere. They're going to go out and they're going to spend. And that's going to drive the price of oil higher. So I expect energy to be a really good year for stocks next year. I'm also really big on cloud computing or cloud storage companies. I own PSTG is one that I really like. Cloudera, CLDR is another one that I really like. Datadog, I love. FSLY, I own. Some other stocks I think are going to do pretty well. I think you should own banks. I expect the 10-year treasury rates to start to rise next year as I expect the dollar to get weaker. And I think that banks will do pretty well next year. So I think you see a little bit of a shift next year. I think you're going to start to see some of the stocks that people hated for so long in a low rate environment. I think you're going to start to see those stocks actually do pretty well. So I would look for, I'm still big on the semiconductor space. I'm big on energy and cloud computing, cloud storage. I'd say those are, and then gaming stocks. I'm probably going to buy, so two stocks that I really like that have to do with online gaming, SE and GAN. It's funny because Dan Iles was actually on CNBC today, And GAN was one of Dan Isles' one of his top 5 picks for 2021. I was actually really surprised to see that company on his list, because it's not really, the company's only been trading for just a few months. The ticker symbol is GAN. I'm probably going to be adding GAN to my long-term portfolio within the next couple of days. The only thing that they provide software services to online gambling companies and like casinos. And I'm a big believer that entire market, I'm very bullish on that market, just like I am on the cannabis space. The reason why I am is because online gambling, just like cannabis, is left to a state legislation issue. It's not a federal thing. State by state are legalizing whether it's online gambling and cannabis. So I think that both of these sectors will eventually just be legal straight all across the country, which leaves a tremendous opportunity for addressable market in those industries, and the growth in those industries could be rampant. So I like GAN. They provide software services to companies like that. If you're bullish on online gaming and gambling, then you got to be bullish on the companies that provide the software services that allow these companies to operate and to have these gambling type platforms. That's GAN. GAN is one of them. The only thing that was holding me back on GAN from actually taking a position over the last month or two, I don't know anything about their management team. Like AMD, you guys know that I've been following AMD for years. And I have been one of the biggest bulls on AMD that I've been buying AMD since the 20s. That stock's now in the 90s. In March, when it got down to 45, I was screaming at people to buy AMD in the 40s. And one of the reasons why was because their CEO is an absolute rock star. This woman is sharper than sharp. Love her. And when I'm investing in a company long-term, I'm a huge believer that when you invest in a company long-term, you're not investing in the business, you're investing in the management team. Because regardless of how good a product or service is, if you do not have a competent management team, the product or service is not going to reach the potential that it has if the management team behind it does not execute. So management is huge. So I didn't know anything about GAN's management team. So that's the only reason why I don't yet have a position in it. But to see then this guy, Dan Isles, who I respect his opinion greatly, really sharp guy, to have that one of his top picks, I know he's a big component on management also. So that tells me he's done the due diligence already. Otherwise, he would not have it as one of his top 5 picks for next year. So for the next couple of days, you're probably going to see me take a long-term position in GAN. It's about like $19 a share, $19.50, something like that. And I think that's got 100% plus gain potential over the next 2 years. Thoughts on Boeing in the next couple of months? I'm bullish on Boeing. I own Boeing. That's similar to the airline play. I think Boeing does well. I think United Airlines, I think, the airlines in general, I think they do well next year. You might have a little rockiness like Q1 maybe, but I think by the end of next year, I think the airlines, Boeing, I think they're significantly higher than where they are right now. What will you do with small cap baggers? Well, first of all, Neil, I don't own any small cap baggers. We do very hard. I work a lot to educate my members to not get stuck holding the bag on some of these small caps. If you're stuck holding the bag on these small caps, it's because you made mental errors. You did not stick to your stop loss. You maybe averaged down. You hoped, you prayed. You didn't exit the stock when you should have. If you're holding the bag on anything, my advice to you is get out of it. Hoping and praying that a stock just bounces a week from now, a month from now, or 6 months from now is not a good investment or trading strategy. My advice to you would be to cut your loss and get out and put that money to work elsewhere. How long did you trade before you became regularly profitable? Jessica, you can't compare. Don't compare yourselves to me, guys. Please do not compare yourselves to me. I became profitable within just a few months. Do not compare yourself to me. It's not fair. My first job out of college was working for a fund on Wall Street where I was taught by professional traders. That is not fair to compare my path to success to someone who was trying to figure this out on their own, going online, watching videos, reading books, that did not have the opportunity to get trained from professionals. I was trained from professionals. That's like saying, okay, if you want to learn how to play golf, one person's going to go and they're going to get mentored by Tiger Woods, and the other person's going to go and they're just going to go out on the golf course by themselves and just figure it out on their own. Who do you think is going to become a better golfer faster? It's not fair. So don't try to compare yourselves to me. Okay, guys, before I keep going forward, guys, before I keep going forward, I need a favor. I feel like complete crap still. I'm getting over COVID. I kind of have like the COVID. The last 2 days I felt pretty good, but today I kind of still feel like crap. Before I move forward, I'm still on here dedicated to kind of go over this and help educate you guys and do these lives with you. I need to see at least 300 likes on this video right now before I continue. I feel like crap. My head is killing me. I've got a pretty nasty headache that just will not go away. I want to see 300 likes, guys, before I continue. Nice. There it is. Here's a quick 300. I like it. Very nice. Perfect. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Okay. That just about does it, guys, for our Q&A session. And I think I gave enough time for people to log on. Some good questions, some really good questions there, guys. Thank you for typing away. Those are some good questions for those of you. If I missed your questions, guys, there's 1,000 of them in chat. I'm sorry. Just comment maybe on the videos and I can come back and get back to them later. Before I move on, okay, so like I said, what we're going to be talking about today, all right, we're going to recap the TCCO 23% gain. I'm going to talk to you guys about that trade setup, but more importantly, we're going to talk about how the small cap market gets hot and gets cold. And what I mean by get hot and get cold is follow through or no follow through. And how you can determine when we're hot, when we're cold, so you can be ahead of the shift. Okay, so that you're not the one stuck buying the tops of these moves. You're disciplined enough to kind of be ahead of the crowd and anticipate the shift, so you know where to focus your attention as a trader. And that's exactly what we were able to do there today in chat. When a lot of other people are stuck holding the bag on some of these small cap moves, we were able to avoid them. So I'm going to talk to you guys about the psychology aspect of what makes the small cap market hot and cold. Before we do that, I want to see how many people that we have on the live stream tonight that are brand new. If you are brand new to trading, you really never traded before, you guys are brand new, go ahead and type the number 1 in chat right now. All right, out of step, Sarah, Michael, Oifen, Candy, Dean, Diana, Alexis. Hey, Diana, how are you? Denise, Ryan Greer, Daniel, Kevin, Mark Weldon, Buster Brown, Velasque, Yolanda Jackson, Kim Robinson, Shields, Nina Bowie, Sam BR, Chaz, what's good? Mr. Coach, B. Amos, Patrick Neller, Jean Laurent, Goshen, Maurice, Weeble Wobble, Sukanta, Valerie Josephs, Riley, David Franco. Nice. Rick Cobb. I like it. Not new, but I want to learn more. Always. You will forever be a student of the markets, guys. Always. No matter how long you've been trading, you will forever be a student of the market. Always, always remember that. Never forget it. Tapwater, Jonathan, Erica, Jesse Barber, Juan Arenas, Prakash, Nuke Gang, Oliver North. Very nice, guys. Robert Williams, Mary Galanos. Very nice, guys. Beautiful. I love it. A lot of newbies. I love seeing this many newbies on here. I love it. I love seeing so many people taking an interest in learning how to become consistently profitable traders. It's an amazing, amazing, amazing thing that when you are able to achieve a level of financial freedom that you never thought possible in your traditional 9-to-5, it's a beautiful and it's an amazing thing. So I want to know, those of you that are brand new, that type that number 1 in chat. What are your goals with trading? Why are you getting into trading? Why are you on the live stream right now? Why are you looking to learn? What are you trying to accomplish? What are your goals? Go ahead, type them in chat right now. Freedom. Yep. Freedom again. A lot of freedoms. Money freedom. Nice. Doctor wants a sailboat. financial stability, a home of my own, financial freedom, more time with my family and kids, financial stability, financial stability. There's Nick Jones with his goals. Help poor people and humanity. Helen, God bless. Leave something for my kids and my grandkids. Amen, Kim. John, freedom, supplement my income. Kelter, another revenue stream, freedom. Finally have a job I love. There you go. There you go. Make money doing something I love. Yes. Live the pilot life. Replace my 9-to-5. Pay off debt. Give back. Yes, Rick. Dean, take care of my wife. Student loans. Jesse, I hear you on that one, man. Tired of working 10-hour days. I want to be a stay-at-home dad and raise my kids. Yeah, Jeffrey. Guys, listen, man, that's one of the, I'd say probably the best thing about being a trader. It's a lot of what you guys are talking about. It's about time and freedom, and it goes hand in hand. And those are things that you can never get back. You can never get back your time. You can never get back your time. And being able to be a consistently profitable trader, will allow you to spend that extra time, at home with your family. No more getting home late, working late nights, or having to travel for work or anything like that, and missing, baseball games and soccer games and cheerleading and dance recitals and piano lessons. No more missing any of that stuff. Being able to be there and spend time with your family, and being able to quit your 9-to-5, or be able to, earn an amount of money that you never really thought was possible. And it might sound cliche, but it's not. The truth of the matter is, and the reality of the matter is, as a consistent profitable trader, you are the ultimate entrepreneur, where your earning potential is up to you and you alone. That's the epitome of entrepreneurship. And that's one of the greatest things about being a trader. As long as you have internet, you can work from anywhere in the world, and you can set your own hours, and you can take off whenever the hell you want. You want to take off a day and go to the beach with the kids? Do it, because you don't have to answer to anyone. And those are some of the best things about becoming a consistent profitable trader. And I can tell you guys all this right now. There is nothing, okay, preventing you from achieving those goals. Nothing. How do you know that you're not the next millionaire trader? Why not? Why not? This isn't the NBA. If you're 5'2", you're never going to be able to play in the NBA. It's not easy becoming a millionaire trader, or making, an extra $100,000 a year or $200,000 a year, et cetera, et cetera. It's not easy, but it's certainly not impossible. It's physically impossible for you to play in the NBA. Yes. Physically impossible. It's physically impossible for you to be a UFC championship fighter. Yes. It is physically impossible for you to be an Olympic sprinter. Yes. It is not impossible for you to be a millionaire trader. With the right education, the right work ethic, and building yourself up, anything's possible. It's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to just wake up, you're just going to join True Trading Group, and you're just going to make $1 million. No, it's not realistic. Don't think that's not what's going to happen. This is like any other skill. Okay. It takes real work. Any other skill that you were going to acquire would take time, right? It would take training. You don't just become, New York City's top lawyer by not getting an education, right? You have to get an education. You want to become New York City's top trader. Well, guess what? You got to get an education. You got to put in the work. Okay. Anyone that's looking for those shortcuts or those get rich quit schemes, just get out of here. Honestly. Like, just seriously, I'm going to save you time. Sign off the live stream. If you're looking for like a secret to success in the markets, just sign off the live stream. Okay. Take it from someone that's traded professionally on Wall Street, that worked for a fund. Okay. There is no special secret. It's just hardcore professional education. That's going to help you become a consistently profitable trader. If you're not willing to put in the work, then, best of luck to you, but TTG is not for you guys. But if you guys are ready to get an actual professional education, I promise you, I'll be with you every step of the way to hold your hand and walk you through that process and guide you and mentor you every single step of the way. Just like I got mentorship and I got guidance from my mentor, who was my boss when I worked at the fund. And that's what will make the difference in you becoming a consistently profitable trader. It's not about figuring out a trick or a gimmick. It doesn't exist. It's just learn what the pros learn. If you were to get hired at a hedge fund, learn what they learn. That's how you guys have the best chance of becoming consistently profitable. So with that being said, I want to make sure that all of you that typed the number 1 in chat, all of you that are brand new, right? The best thing for you to do is to get an education first. Do not go and just open up a trading account, dump a bunch of money in it, and start trading with money. You will lose that money because you do not know what you are doing. Okay. Stop thinking that you're going to open up a trading account, step into someone else's profession, and excel without knowing what you're doing. Okay. You would not walk into a UFC ring and fight a UFC fighter without ever having MMA lessons in your life. To have the audacity that you're going to step into another person's profession and beat them is foolish. Okay. Is foolish. You're going to get your ass kicked every time. To think that you're going to put $5,000 into a Robinhood account and just start trading the markets, you're going up against people like me that have been doing this for now going on 17 years. You're going up against the trader at Goldman Sachs. You're going up against hedge funds. You're going up against professional traders, guys on Wall Street. They're going to take your money. Okay. They're going to take your money. So do not think that you're just going to walk in, you're going to just make a bunch of money. Okay. Get an education first. And you guys can start by joining our 7-day trial. We have a 7-day trial that gets you guys access. That gets you guys access to our member dashboard for 7 days. This is called our TTG3 trial program. Okay, our TTG3 trial program. You get 7-day access to our member dashboard. You get 3 trial courses. These 3 courses are probably worth a few $100 on their own. They're included with your trial. They are guaranteed to make you a better trader regardless of your experience level. You're also going to see all of our trading history and records. Yes, the winners and the losers. All of our trading history is fully transparent. It's available for you to see on the website. You can see all of our wins, all of our losses, all of our break-evens. Your guys are going to have access to that. You're going to be able to use our due diligence tools, which include like downloadable PDF reports with analyst ratings on any stock you're interested in, which can help you make your trading and investment decisions. And then you will also get 3 days in our chat room to trade alongside me and the rest of the TeachD fam live. Okay. During the chat room, we share our screen with you. We are live on the microphone talking to you what we're doing throughout the course of the day. And we are sending out real-time push notifications and real-time trade alerts directly in chat whenever we enter and exit a trade. Okay. So you guys get access to all of that for just a one-time fee of $3 measly. It is not a recurring payment. You can upgrade to a full membership at any time during the trial, but you're under no obligation to do so whatsoever. After your 7-day trial, if you do not upgrade, nothing happens. It just expires. There's no auto renew. Okay. One-time payment, guys, it's $3. What do you have to lose? It's $3. Okay. That is our 7-day trial. Okay. That's our 7-day trial. For that, go to ttgthree.com. URL is right there at the bottom of the screen. Check it out, guys. ttgthree.com. Get access to that 7-day trial. Try us out. Get an education before you start trading. Okay. Now, with that being said, let's go over to the trade recap on the day, and that is TCCO. Let's take it to the charts. All right. Okay, guys, so here we go. All right, so TCCO. This is the only trade that I made today because I literally did not like anything today. Okay, I did not like anything today. Was a slower day today with some brief moments of action. My trade today on TCCO was a fast one. Okay, it was a fast one. What I want to now, I'm not sure why you guys can't see me. Let's try this. There we go. Okay, there we go. All right, so like I was saying, now this TCCO trade, listen, 23% gain. It was a nice profit. But guys, this thing, my trade only lasted, get this, 3 minutes long. Now, that is an extremely, extremely fast trade for me. My trades are usually not that short. Typically, my trades last either, several minutes to several hours long on my day trades. For me to be in and out of a trade in 3 minutes is extremely fast for me. I'm not a scalper. Scalpers are traders that are in and out within seconds. Like they'll buy a stock, they'll sell it 30 seconds later. That's not my style. So this is an extremely fast trade for me. And this was kind of the final straw that told me the small cap market is dead. And just like that, we went from red hot small cap markets, coming into the day yesterday. And in just 2 days, the small cap market has died out. And I'm explaining to you why that is. Okay. But first, let's get to the chart setup. Okay. Let's get to the chart setup on this TCCO to talk about what made me enter the trade in the first place. Let me pull up my timestamps on the entries. Okay. So TCCO with the gap up, we halted a bunch of times. Okay. And what I want you to notice now is halt price, prior halt price. Prior halt prices become significant. Sometimes they can act as areas of support and resistance. So you'll see here that halt price started to act as an area of resistance for those next 2 consecutive candles. Okay. So you see how that prior halt price started to act as resistance for TCCO. Okay. Right here. So that's what I'm looking at, resistance. Okay. Then we fall back down and we halt. Okay. Now we start to put in what is a little bit of a double bottom on TCCO. Okay. Oops, let me draw that back. So now we start to put in a little bit of a double bottom. Okay. Here's your double bottom. Okay. So now you'll see we actually break up through VWAP. You'll see here, guys, that this VWAP area was resistance. There's resistance and there's resistance, okay? You see how this orange line on my screen, that's your VWAP indicator. You see how it's holding the stock down, okay? So that was an area of resistance for us. And then you start to see this blue teal line on my screen starts to hold the stock up. So now you have support at the trade line. That's this blue line. That's my 9 exponential moving average. You have resistance here at VWAP, and then you see the stock broke up through VWAP and halted. Okay. We broke up through VWAP and then we halted. Okay. So now what I'm saying to myself is, okay, guys, I come on the microphone now live in the chat room and I tell everybody on the microphone, I go, guys, I'm looking for, okay, a pullback on TCCO off the trading halt below $11. And I think I actually said $10.50 to $11. I'm looking to be a buyer of TCCO. My members that are here in chat, you guys can all verify everything that I'm saying right now, because when stocks halt, I come on the microphone, and even when stocks don't halt, I come on the microphone and I tell my members exactly what my game plan is. I will tell you every single time before I buy a stock, I will tell you where I'm buying it, when I'm buying it, and why I am buying it. Okay. I will always tell you guys what I'm doing before I actually do it. Okay. So what we had here when the stock was halted, the reason why I wanted to get long around $10.50 to $11 is because this VWAP area that was previously resistance, I'm now looking for it to become support. And the trade line that is currently support, I'm looking for it to continue to be support, which it was. And there you now can see the trade line and VWAP right out of this halt. We held support there, and right there out of the halt, these are 3-minute candles. So right there out of the halt, I get long right there, actually, right, oops, just dropped my pen, at $10.90, okay? $10.90. Okay, so there's my entry point at $10.90. But again, why? Because I'm looking for VWAP, this previous halt price, and my trade line indicator to now act as an area of support now that those resistance levels have been broken to the upside. And then I get an entry there at 1090, and the stock just rips right through the high of the day. Rips right through it. I took a piece of profit off at $12.69 right in front of the high of the day. Okay, the high of the day was 13. So I take a piece of profit at $12.69. Then we break through the high of the day, and I take another piece of profit off at $13.40 for a 23% gain. Guys, this is a 23% gain in 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes for a 23% gain. Now, like I said, This was an extremely fast trade for me. My trades typically do not last just this short period of time, but that is how little follow through these small caps have now. And you'll see it. We failed at the new high. We pulled back. And as soon as we pulled back, I bailed on the rest of that position at $11.36 right before the stock halted again. And then that was all she wrote. The stock was dead after that. Okay. The stock was dead after that. Okay. So a very, very quick trade here. Honestly, listen, the lesson on this trade, it's not even necessarily, guys, like the entry point and the trade itself. Although this wasn't, a nice profitable trade, a very, very fast, quick trade, a very fast, quick trade. But something that what I want to talk to you about more is really kind of the psychological aspect of the small cap market and what made me get out of that trade so quickly, what made me not trade another small cap the rest of the day, and what made me pre-market tell all of our members in chat, guys, be cautious of UUU. Okay, be cautious of UUU because that stock had all the makings of ACY all over again. Let me go back to the charts for those of you maybe that did not know what happened yesterday. ACY, here you guys can see the stock had this massive short squeeze in the morning. Stock was up like 1,000%. And then the New York Stock Exchange halted trading in the company, in the stock. They contacted the company, asked them to, why is your stock doing this? The company responded with, we have absolutely no idea. There has been no new developments. There's been no new change in the company. And when the stock reopened for trade, it dropped 62%. It dropped 62%. And if you were long this stock anywhere in here, you got absolutely decimated. Decimated. Okay, you got absolutely decimated. Now, that happened. Then RHE, yesterday, same thing. RHE, stock starts squeezing like crazy in the morning. New York Stock Exchange halts the stock, contacts the company. Why is this happening? Company says, we have no idea. There's been absolutely no new developments with our company or business whatsoever. And the stock reopens for trade and drops, you guessed it, 60%. And if you were stuck holding on to these stocks, okay, up at these price points, you got decimated. Now, the reason why this is significant, okay, and the reason why that action yesterday had me very cautious on UUU today, because UUU, again, another New York Stock Exchange stock, had this massive like 400% gap up for no reason whatsoever. Okay, no reason whatsoever. No press release. So what happens? The New York Stock Exchange halts the company, halts the stock and says, why is your stock up this much? The company goes, I have no idea. There's been no new developments with our company. And the stock reopens for trade. You guessed it, down 50%. Okay, down 50%. All right. And if you were long this stock in here, you are decimated. Decimated. Okay. Now, why is this significant? First of all, I told everybody in chat to stay away from this stock today because I had a fear that this was going to happen again, and it did, and I was right. And I did not trade UU today because of that specific reason. Okay, because of that specific reason. Okay, look at this. How gross. This stock was $13. Now it's at $4.74. Unbelievable. Okay, but what does that mean now going forward? Like, what does this have to do with the lesson of this live, which is how to know when a small cap market is going to get hot or cold? Now, let me explain to you how the small cap market gets hot and cold. It has everything to do with trader psychology. How does it work? A small cap market will be cold, okay, when there's just no follow through on these small caps whatsoever. But how does that happen? Typically, when these small cap stocks gap up in the morning because of a press release, typically, listen, guys, these stocks are $2, $3, $4, $5 a share for a reason. They're not good companies. Okay, there's a reason why the stock is $2, not $200. Okay, they're not great companies. Okay, not to say that they're bad companies, but they're not great companies. So typically when the stocks gap up 100%, 200%, it's because the stocks have a low float. And that press release attracts traders' attention, and then the stock starts to move higher. And then now the stock's up 20%, 40%, 50%. It starts to light up trader scanners, which brings more attention, and then that pushes the stock up even higher. So typically what happens is that the press release, there's not a fundamental reason for the stock to be up 100, 200%. Okay. The value of the company has not increased 100, 200%. Okay. It's the value of the stock, really. So you have short sellers will come in and they just short these stocks because more often than not, they will eventually go back to where they came from, more often than not. So those traders get very content with their short positions. So they come on, they short these stocks, they fade those moves, and they don't get hurt. Okay. When they get content, meaning if the stock goes higher, they'll just short more. Or if the stock goes higher, they'll just hold on to their position and wait it out another 1, 2, or 3 days. And eventually the stock will pull itself back in and go back to where it came from. They'll cover their position, they'll take their profit, and they'll leave. Now, when you're in that type of an environment, the shorts do not cover their position. Now, this is how small caps get hot and cold. When shorts are not scared, they just hold their positions, they don't cover. And the longs that come in are usually just day traders that buy the stock and they flip out of it before the day is over. They're not, being bought by these large hedge funds that are coming in saying, wow, look at that news. Let's put 10 million into that stock today. That's not why these stocks are moving. It's because traders like you and I are buying them. Okay. So when that buying pressure in the morning runs out of steam and the short sellers don't cover to give you extra buying, the longs that came in the morning, they eventually get bored. They sell the stock before the day's over, and then the stock starts to drift its way back down, and then short sellers will then cover their position. That is a cold small cap market. It's everything to do with psychology. Psychology in the sense that you have content and overly confident short sellers, and you have scared, timid long traders that are scared that every little pullback is going to just stop them out of their position because the stocks are not giving you follow through. So the long traders exit their trades quickly and the short sellers hold. That creates a cold small cap market. It's psychology between a long trader and a short trader. Now, how does that flip? Because you need that psychology to flip in order for the small cap market to heat up. How does that flip? How it flips is one of these stocks comes out with a press release that actually warrants the gap up. Okay, actually warrants the gap up. What was that stock? I actually forgot the ticker symbol now that I'm thinking about it, but it was the stock a few weeks ago that had the breast cancer. Oh my God, why can't I think of the ticker symbol? Guys, help me out. What was the ticker symbol? The company that came out with the breast cancer drug, GLSI, right? GSLI, I believe it was. They came out with excellent data on their breast cancer treatment after surgery. They had 0 recurrences in breast cancer on the patients that participated in that study. That is a phenomenal press release that would cause institutional investors to come in and buy the stock. The stock gapped up. Shorts came in and shorted it. And because there was institutional buying, the stock never broke. So when all the short sellers came in to short the stock, it didn't go down. It actually started to go higher, and all your short sellers got caught with their pants down. Now that's when you had that massive squeeze. GLSI, the stock went from like $5 to like $158. Now short sellers blew up their entire accounts on that stock. Okay, they blew up their entire account. They literally wiped out their entire accounts on that short squeeze. Okay, on that short squeeze, they wiped out their entire accounts. Now, why is this significant? You need that to happen in order to shift the psychology of what we just discussed. Because now, when that happens, the short seller that was content and overly confident in their shorts just got burned. So now that short seller just goes from being confident and content to being anxious, timid, and scared because they're licking their wounds. At the same time, the long trader that was scared and timid because they weren't getting any follow through, they start to suffer from massive FOMO. And they say, oh my God, look how much money I could have made if I just held. Oh, I should have just bought it. And they start to suffer from FOMO. So now the psychology of the two sides of the trade has switched. So now going forward, the next small cap that comes out with a press release, what happens? The small cap trade, the short seller comes in, they short the stock. The long trader comes in and buys the stock. But now the psychology of those two traders has changed. The short seller is now the trader that is scared and timid, and the long trader is the one that refuses to exit their position because they're content and they think the stock's going to go higher. And they say, I sold GLSI too soon. I'm not selling this one too soon. So that profit taking on the long traders doesn't happen. They keep buying. As they keep buying, the stock pushes higher. As the stock pushes higher, the short seller who just got their account blown up on GLSI gets scared that it's going to happen again. They start to cover their position early. That causes the short squeeze. That is how the small cap market gets hot. And that's what we've been experiencing for the last 2 weeks, was this hot small cap market. Then enter ACY, RHE, UUU. What happened with those three stocks? All of your long traders that were chasing these stocks higher, that refused to take profit, then got crushed in these halts. Guess what? That long trader is now right back to being timid and scared. They are not going to chase these stocks higher anymore. They're not going to hold these stocks longer. They're going to either not buy the stock as it moves higher, or they're going to sell at the first sign of a pullback. That's going to create a cold small cap market. And that is how a small cap market shifts from hot to cold, from hot to cold. Recognizing how this entire process works can allow you as a trader to be ahead of this shift. I recognized this yesterday with those two gaps, the gap downs on ACY and RHE. That's why I said to everybody today in chat, guys, pre-market, my TeachD members, guys, all confirmed that I said this, so that people that aren't part of the group don't think that I'm just full of shit here and I'm a Monday morning quarterback. In hindsight's 2020, I said this pre-market. I go, guys, be careful with UUU. This has the makings of exactly what happened yesterday, and be careful of getting caught in one of these moves again. That's what I told everybody in chat today. And then once it happened again, within minutes, they halted UUU again. I go, guys, that's it. The small cap market is going to cool off, and the entire rest of the day, you saw small caps just go like this. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, that's it. There, no more follow through. All of your long traders, they're all scared now, and they're all exiting their positions too early. And now the small caps have cooled off. That's why I did not trade another small cap the entire day, because I didn't trust any of them. I didn't trust any. There was a lot of people were calling out trades like IMTE, WAFU, a bunch of these garbage small caps that these quick little moves, and then they died. They died because the small caps don't have any follow through now, right now. Now, how long will this last? I don't know. It could be a couple of days, could be a couple of weeks. But recognizing how that market shifts can help you stay ahead of the curve. Can help you stay ahead of the curve. Okay. So now what do we have coming up in the next week? We've got Georgia runoffs coming up January 5th. I think we're going to get some good volatility in the overall markets. The small caps cool off. I'm not going to stop trading small caps, but I'm just going to be mindful of this dynamic shift so that I can help either take profits sooner or not chase any of these stocks moving higher, help me stay disciplined and take profits quicker. Not be greedy in the small cap market, but I'm going to start to focus a little bit more on maybe some SPAC plays, some mid caps, some large caps, maybe some overall directional moves, because if the Georgia runoffs give us some volatility, we should get some better movement in the overall markets and the SPY. Maybe I trade a SPY call or put option over the next couple of days, and I start to find opportunity elsewhere. And that's where being a diversified trader is so important. And this is what I teach all of our TeachD members, is to be a diversified trader, so that when small caps cool off, you're able to then go and make money elsewhere. I don't want my members being one-trick ponies. I teach them to be diversified traders, to be able to trade small caps, mid caps, large caps, options. I want you guys, ETFs, be able to trade all of these different things. And that's what a true professional education can do for your trading. Does anybody have any questions about what I just discussed before I move on? Now is your time to ask, guys, if you guys have any questions. How do you get out of halts like this if you find yourself stuck in the trade? There's absolutely nothing you can do, my friend. There's nothing you can do. If you're stuck in the halt, you're stuck in the halt. There's nothing you can do. You can't get out until the stock opens. My advice to you is to look out for the halts. And a way that you guys could look out for the halts, okay, you'll be able to see it on level 2. You can see a stock's about to halt maybe 5 to 10 seconds before it actually halts. You'll see all the market makers will come up to the same price and a bunch of volume will go off at that particular price. The market makers won't move. That's how you know a stock's about to halt. And then you can try to get yourself out of that trade before it's too late, before the stock halts. But sometimes you're going to get stuck in the halt. There's nothing you can do about it. If your broker is good enough and your execution is fast enough, you can get out before the halt. I trade with Lightspeed. Lightspeed is fantastic. I can get in and I can get out before stock halts. I'd say maybe 75% of the time when I see a stock's about to halt and I enter my trade, I'd say maybe 75% of the time my trade executes. Maybe even 80% of the time my trade executes. But sometimes I get stuck in halts too. The faster you are, obviously, the better chance you have of getting executed before the stock halts. But if it's halted and you're still in, nothing you can do at that point. You have to wait for the stock to reopen. No, there's no limit on the number of trades you can make using a cash account. How long does a broker give you to cover their short? That'll depend on everyone. It depends on what your margin requirement is. It depends on how much cash you have in your account to cover that. Okay. Depends how much cash you have in your account to cover that. All right. Good stuff. All right. So guys, moving on. Let's do real quick. How many people that we have on this live right now that are not members of True Trading Group? I want to see if you're not a member of True Trading Group, guys, type the letters TTG in chat right now. If you're not a member. Sarah Beth, Densest Girl, Mike, Candy, Tony, James. Wow, that's a lot. Oil Fan, Sky, Jason Baker, Gary Prosper, Emmanuel. Nice. Steven just signed up last night. Steve, welcome, man. Welcome. Mary Kung, Goggin, Mark, Chris Kelly, RV Thomas, Mahogany, Ali, Michael, Kevin, Atten, Ehab, Helen, Grant, Dana LeDuc, Steve, Some Cole, Dejun Jean Laurent, Andrew Bryant, Vasca. I hope I'm pronouncing that name correctly. It's obviously super French. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Just let me know if I pronounced that name correctly. Just comment. Let me know if I pronounced it right. Kenny Shoulders, Riley, Dustin, Joseph. Good guys. We have a lot of non-THC members. Excellent. All right. Excellent. Jessica just signed up last week. Yes. Jessica, welcome. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. All right, guys. Beautiful. So listen, guys, listen up real quick. For those of you that are typing TTG, nice. Ballcom signed up 2 days ago. Yes. Hell yeah. Mike, when do we get bullish on oil? I already am bullish on oil, bro. I'm bullish on oil already. But I'd say like if you to really get bullish on it, I'd say like Q2 of next year. I think you can really start to get bullish on oil. All right. Okay, guys, listen. So for those of you, that type the letters TTG in chat right now, what I want to explain to you guys actually is what you get access to as a full-time member to Training Group. Obviously, I told you guys about the 7-day trial. Okay, that's our TT3 trial program. Let me explain to you what you actually get access to as a full-time member for those that type TTG in chat. Okay, because we are way more than just a chat service or like a trade alert service. True Trading Group is an entire platform for traders where we take the top premium trading tools, products, and resources, and we bundle them together as part of your TC membership. Okay, we have a Benzinga Pro newsfeed that is included with your membership. That gives you live breaking up to the second news alerts right in our chat room. Okay, people always ask me, Mike, where do you get your news? Right in our chat room. We have an entire Benzinga Pro newsfeed that gives you up to the second news alerts. We also have a squawk box feature, which means if you don't want to read the news headlines, maybe you're busy in a trade and you're focused, you can turn on your speakers, turn on the squawk box feature, and when a news headline comes across the wire, someone will read it out loud to you. Okay, those features are included with your membership when you guys join as full-time. We also have real-time level 1, full book level 2, real-time options data included with your membership, a trade simulator that allows you to trade stocks and options with fake money with real-time level 2, a trade ideas preset scanner that streams live for all of our members with a high of the day scanner, unusual volume, top gainers, leading gappers. That's included with your membership. A Trading View Pro charting software, that is included with your membership. Full-time members also get access to our mobile app. Okay, our mobile app is crucial for those of you that work full-time jobs. Okay, absolutely crucial, because I understand that all of you may not be able to be sitting in front of your computer screen all day like I can. That is why we've created the mobile app, downloadable for iPhone and Android, that allows you to stay connected to chat even when you're not in front of your computer. You'll be able to see the screen share. You'll be able to listen to the audio analysis, because myself, the other moderators, we are on the microphone talking to you live, calling out what we're doing and seeing before we actually do it. We share our screen with you during the day so you see exactly what we see. Okay, you'll be able to do all of that through the mobile app. And most importantly, you get real-time push notifications sent through the app whenever a moderator enters or exits a trade in real time. This will allow you to stay connected with the TTG chat room and be able to follow along with the trade alerts, even if you are not in front of your computer. Okay, all of this is included with your membership. You're also going to get like minimum at least 10 easy to follow, actionable, real-time trade alerts per week from a community of traders with a 79% win rate right now, which means that 79% of the time that myself or one of the other moderators in our chat room calls out a trade, it is a profitable one. And there are no upsells with True Trading Group ever. As a full-time member, you pay one price, you get access to everything. That includes all of our courses, not some of them, and there's special VIP courses that are more money. All of our courses, there are no upsells ever, okay? The courses that are on our website is a 15 professional course curriculum that I wrote that is a simplified version of the education that I received when I worked for the fund on Wall Street. The education and the experience that I've received there, I have simplified, and I've created a 15-course curriculum that has beginner and foundation courses, advanced courses, option courses, swing trading courses, trader psychology courses, you name it, we've got it. You have access to all of it as a full-time member. There are no special courses that cost more money once you sign up. You get access to everything, okay? On top of the courses. Now listen, those courses are in text and video format. Okay, some people learn better through text. Some people learn better through video. You have both. But on top of that, there's over 90 hours of additional educational video content that is recorded workshops and webinars that myself and the other moderators have done over the last year or so. Okay, every month we conduct different webinars and workshops for members that cover various trading topics. They are all recorded and put into a video library. You have access to all of that as well. And as a full member, you can actually start attending those workshops and webinars live. Ask questions, mingle with members, okay, and actually participate and get access to those workshops, webinars live. And guys, just honestly, access in general. You guys have access in general as a full-time member. You can send me DMs during the day. You can send me a DM and ask me my thoughts on a particular stock, or Mike, what do you think about this trade idea? You can DM me during the day, message me in chat. I'll tell you guys what I think. My TeachD members, how often do I talk to you and call out trades even though I don't make them? Sometimes I'm not even trading a stock, but I'll walk through the analysis because someone asks me about it, and other people trade it and other people make money on it. Happens every day. Right? I'm not just talking about the stocks that I'm trading. I talk about everything that I'm seeing. Okay, if something catches my eye, I'll tell you about it. I'll tell you why, even though I'm not trading it. If I'm trading 2 or 3 different stocks, it's not those are the only stocks I'm talking about. I'll talk to you guys probably about 50 different stocks throughout the course of the day, because some people are trading some things that I'm not, and I will still always give you guys my opinion. This is the kind of access you have when you are a member of True Trading Group. A 1-year membership would normally cost you $2,048 for the year. But tonight, with coupon code TTG1220, you can actually get a 40% discount that knocks the price of a membership all the way down to just $1,214. That is with coupon code TTG1220. Okay? And listen, get this. Anyone that uses that coupon code tonight by midnight will also get a free Amazon Kindle Fire HD tablet. This is the perfect tool to stay connected on the go, be in chat, place your trades, go through the courses, all while you guys are on the go. It's a perfect tool to stay connected. I don't want you trying to place trades on a small cell phone screen where you can accidentally fat thumb or fat finger a trade where you type in the wrong ticker symbol, or you type in an extra 0 when you're trying to put in the amount of shares that you want to buy. So we're going to send you a free and nice Amazon Kindle Fire HD tablet, our gift to you. All shipping is on us, totally free, to make sure that, like I said, you have all of the tools and resources necessary to give you the best chance to become the most consistently profitable as you possibly can. Okay. Now, that might sound like, wow, Mike, that's awesome. Thank you for that extra little piece of value that you guys are getting with the Amazon Kindle Fire. It's my pleasure. But that's a fraction of the value that you're really getting, because all those products and resources that are included with your membership, guys, they cost thousands of dollars normally. They're all included for free with your membership. That Benzinga newsfeed and swap box feature I told you about before, that would cost you $1,188 for the year if you paid Benzinga directly. It's included for free with your membership. Real-time level 1 and 2 on all exchanges, that would cost you $990 for the year, included with your membership. The TradingView Pro charting software, $720 for the year, included in your membership. A trade simulator, $750 for the year, included with your membership. That's $3,648 in additional educational premium products, tools, and resources that are included with your membership when you use coupon code TTG1220. That is the value you are getting. Never mind the value of the courses. I don't even know, how do you even put a value on the courses? How much would you pay if you were tomorrow to get hired at a fund on Wall Street and sit down at their office and have their top traders come into a classroom style setting and teach you what they do on a daily basis? What would you pay for that? I don't know. That's what you're getting when you sign up to True Trading Group. That's the education that you are getting. It's a simplified version of the education I received when I worked at a fund, my very first job right out of college. That's what you guys are getting access to as a member of True Trading Group. Okay? So again, use coupon code TTG1220 before midnight. Get that 40% discount before the price goes up tomorrow. Okay? Every 24-hour period in the month of December, we've got 2 days left. Every 24-hour period, the price of a membership is going up. Okay, so tomorrow the membership will be higher than it is today. It's higher today than it was yesterday. Do not wait until December 31st thinking you're going to get a special New Year's sale. You're not. This is our holiday sale. This is the cheapest opportunity that you're going to get a membership to True Trading Group. And then on January 1st, the price of our membership is jumping significantly. We're raising our price to a minimum $14.97. That includes a discounted coupon code. Right now, you can get access to a membership for just $1,214. You can save yourselves the extra $270, guys. Take advantage of $280. Take advantage of this opportunity while you still can before the price goes up tomorrow. Okay. Anyone that signs up here tonight by midnight also will get a free one-on-one mentorship session with one of our moderators. Okay. That is a 1 hour one-on-one session to review your trades, answer your questions, your topics, figure out what mistakes you're making, how to fix them so we can start to improve your P&L. Okay. That's anyone that signs up by midnight tonight is a free one-on-one, a 40% discount, and a free Amazon Kindle Fire HD tablet. And after all of that education and all that extra value that I told you guys that you're getting access to as a full-time member, get this, because I'm going to give you guys even one thing more. I'm going to make a deal with all of you right now. All of you that typed TTG in chat that are still not members, I'm going to make you a deal. I'm going to make you guys a deal. Okay, I'm going to show you guys how much that I believe in True Trading Group, how much I believe in our education, and how confident I am that if you are willing to put in the work, that this can and will work for you. Here's what I'm willing to offer you. I'm being dead serious. Listen up, guys. Any of you that are curious about True Trading Group, you've been wanting to join, you're like, man, this is great. I want to join, but I'm a little bit unsure. Here's what I'm willing to do for you. Use coupon code TTG1220 tonight. Okay. Get the 40% discount. Use that tonight before midnight. Go through all of our courses, pass the quizzes at the end of the courses, and do your one-on-one with one of our pro mods. If you do those three things, and if you still do not make back the $1,214 that you're going to spend on a membership tonight, if you don't make that back at least once throughout the course of your membership, I will give you all of your money back. That is how confident I am in the education. That is how confident I am because I see the success that our members are having. I see what this education has done for me. It's the same education. I didn't figure this stuff out on my own. I was taught. I'm just going to teach it to you now. So I know what this education did for me. I know what it's doing for my TeachD members. That's why I'm so confident that if you put in a little bit of work, I know that's why I'm confident this can and will work for you. So again, do those three things. Okay. Go through all the courses, pass the quizzes, do your one-on-one. If you do all those three things, that tells me that you put in an effort. You tried. If you still don't make that money back at least once throughout your membership, then you know what? It's on me now. It's on me now. And if you did those three things and you put in an effort and you still don't make that money back, I'm going to give you the money back. Because if you're willing to put in the effort and you're willing to put in the work, you should be able to make that money back at least once throughout the course of your membership. And if you don't, I'm going to give you all your money back. That's what I'm willing to do for you all right now. So take advantage of that coupon code TTG1220 right here, right now. I just guaranteed your membership. You have nothing to lose at this point. You're not risking the 1214 anymore because if you don't make it back, okay, at least once, I'm going to give you the money back. So you're not risking that anymore. What do you have to lose? What you have to lose, I'll tell you. The financial freedom that you talked about, you said you wanted, pay off your student loans, buy a house, leave something for your kids and your grandkids, secondary income, tell my boss to go screw, take a dream vacation. That's what you have. That's what you have to lose now. Potentially never being able to achieve those goals. Guys, I don't want to hear this new year, new me type crap, right? I don't want to hear it because you shouldn't need a new year to try to do something, do something different. If you're here right now on this live stream, it's probably because you're not happy with your trading results. If you're not happy with your trading results, it's about time you do something different. That's like you stepping onto the scale every morning, being unhappy with your weight and not doing a single thing about it and expecting that number to change. That number is not going to change if you don't change your diet and start to work out. That number is not going to change. If you're staring at your P&L and you're not happy with that number, but you don't do anything to change it, it's not going to change. It'll change in the opposite direction. It'll go down. Okay. If you want to get that P&L to start to improve, if you want to reach a level of consistent profitability that you have not yet attained, it's time to do something different. And what better thing to try to do different than get a professional education that I'm giving you a money back guarantee on? Give yourself a chance. Stop trying to go about this on your own. Stop trying to read books, listening to stock tips from buddies and friends at work. Stop watching a bunch of YouTube videos, trying to fish through all the advertising, marketing, trying to figure out who's real and who's full of shit. Get a professional education, put in some work, and it's about time that you see and realize what a professional education can do for your trading and start to do something different. Take advantage of this coupon code TTG1220 right here, right now, before the price goes up at midnight and then before the price drastically goes up January 1st. Get the 40% discount, get the free one-on-one with our moderators, get the money back guarantee, and get the free Amazon Kindle Fire HD tablet. In order to claim your Amazon Kindle Fire, after you sign up, click the little chat icon on the bottom right of your member dashboard. Then enter your info and select giveaways and shipping, and we will process your Amazon Kindle Fire shipment immediately. It should usually arrives in about 1 week, maybe 3 to 5 business days. Okay, so that's it, guys. Take advantage of that coupon code now, TTG1220. It's time you start doing something different. Stop expecting different results without doing anything different. You're not going to wake up one day and magically just become a consistently profitable trader. You're not just going to wake up one day and for some reason it's going to click. But if you get taught how to identify grade A setups, how to manage risk, where to enter, where to take profits, where to set your stop loss, if you are able to actually learn how to do this properly, that is how you can start to make a difference. That is how you can start to improve on your P&L. That is what my TTG members are currently doing on a daily basis. It seems like almost every single day I've got members that are hitting me up telling me, Mike, a new personal best. This is my best day ever, my best trade ever, my best week ever, my best month ever, my best year ever, that are reaching these personal milestones that they never thought were possible. And the only difference is, I guess it's not magic. It's just an education. And education is the most powerful thing when it comes to anything. Guys, members, if you're a member of TTG and you're on this live right now, chime in. Is it worth it? I'm asking all of my TTG family members that are on this live stream right now, is a membership to True Trading Group worth it? Yes or no? Comment in chat, chime in. Anyone that's interested that still has not joined up, speak directly to them. If you are on this live and you're not a member of True Trading Group, pay attention to what some of the people in chat are about to say. Take it from them. Don't take it from me, because all of these people were in your shoes. All of these people were in your shoes months ago. Months ago, they were exactly where you are right now, sitting on a live stream, watching me educate them on a trade recap or a lesson, going over with them what they're going to get as a member to True Trading Group. They were in your exact position months ago. They have now gone through the education. They're implementing what they're learning on a daily basis, and they are seeing results. So take it from them. Take it from your peers. That's the best advice that I can give you. Look at some of these comments, guys. Okay? Look at some of these comments. Pay attention to what people are saying in chat. I don't know what else you guys are going to be. I don't know what else you're going to do. Like, if you're not willing to get a professional education with a money back guarantee, I don't know what other steps you would be willing to take in order for you to give this a chance. Daryl, yes, I'm a lifetime member. Great training and support. Started in June. Woo! Daryl, my man. I started in June with $500, $14,000 now. In 6 months. In 6 months, Daryl turned $500 into $14,000. How many of you could use an extra $13,500 right now? That's incredible. That's incredible, guys. State Ashbury, over $7,000 in profit today. Biggest green day of their career. Yes. Hell yes, State. Hell yes, State Ashbury. Great job, man. All right. So like I said, guys, pay attention to these comments that are coming through in chat. Listen to your peers. These people were in your exact position just months ago. Just months ago. Daryl, $500 in June. In June, he was exactly where you are right now, saying, should I sign up? I only have $500. You know, Mike sounds like a really cool guy, though. I really like his energy, but I'm not really sure. Yeah, you know what? The hell with it. I'm going to give it a shot. Best financial decision Daryl has ever made. That could be you guys. Give yourselves a chance. Give yourselves a chance. Stop stepping into the boxing ring with one hand tied behind your back and blindfolded, because that's what you're doing when you step into the markets every day without having an education. You're at a massive disadvantage and you're going to keep losing money. I'm sorry. You're going to keep losing money. And people like me are going to take it from you, because every time you place a trade, there's someone else on the other side of that trade. Money's not made and lost. It's just transferred. So if I make money on a day, I'm taking it from you guys. That's the truth. You know, when someone makes money, that means someone else lost it. If that's the case, prepare yourselves for battle. Give yourselves the ammunition to fight. You know, give yourselves a chance to succeed. You wouldn't step into a boxing ring to fight a professional boxer without ever training to box, would you? So why would you step into a trading ring or a trading market and trade with professional traders if you never learned how to trade? It's foolish to think you're going to excel. It just is. Give yourself a chance, guys. Use coupon code THG1220 before the price goes up tomorrow. Get the 40% discount, get the money back guarantee, get the free Amazon Kindle Fire, and get that free one-on-one with the pro trader. All right. If you guys are still not ready, like I said, you do have that 7-day trial. Okay. You do have that 7-day trial. It's just $3. It's $3. Okay. One-time payment. It's not recurring. There's no auto renew. For that, go to ttgthree.com. ttgthree.com for the 7-day trial. You can upgrade to a full membership at any time during that trial, but you're under no obligation to do so. All right. I can't guarantee you the $12.14 price point. I can't guarantee you're not going to get the Amazon Kindle. But if you want to try us out for a couple of days first, by all means, be my guest. Okay. But for those of you that are ready to join the team full time, get that discounted price, get the money back guarantee, get the Amazon Kindle, use coupon code THG1220 right here, right now, and do something different if you want to see different results. And there's nothing more powerful than an education. I'll see you guys all in chat tomorrow. Thank you for joining me tonight on this live stream. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications. You want to make sure you never miss out on any of these lives. I'm always dropping educational golden nuggets to help you guys become consistently profitable. And of course, smash that like button. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. I'll see you guys all in chat tomorrow. I'm going to look to finish off the final trading days of 2020 with a bang. I'll see you guys all in chat tomorrow. Later.